This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSC game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Dawson. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the street, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
What is up, everybody? Y'all, I'm tired. I might drag through this a little bit. I've been busy the last few days. If y'all haven't heard, well, actually, if you haven't heard, you're just lying because everybody's heard. What's up, everybody? See, everybody's already tuned in. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We're coming to you live from the Fitness Market Studio South, maybe this time. I don't know. Man, we got a
worldwide. Fitness Market worldwide.
Let's see. I've done this show from Louisville before. I've done it from Albert Lee, Minnesota. I've done it from Panama City Beach, Florida, and now Orlando, Florida. So that's 4 cities. Maybe another one. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look to make sure. But I'm exhausted. Not only did I cover the EYBL for 8 hours on Friday, I covered it for 6.5 on Saturday, and then went to Magic Kingdom for 9 hours and walked 31,000 steps yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You need to get some new shoes then. You've done a lot of walking.
Beat. I'm so beat. Of course, y'all know the format. Let me get through I got to get my in, and let me get through that, and we'll go over here to the chat boards. Mister, I tried, Terry. I tried.
Don't pump his head up no more than it is.
You don't have to pump my head up anymore because the people out there have done it themselves. Over 4,000 followers in the last week gained.
Hey, I gained like 350 in a week.
Stupid. But I appreciate all of you all. But let me introduce the co-host. We got to my right or left, depending on there you go. Sam Baisden.
What up? What up?
Next to him, Sean Barber, still in his bathroom, still squatting.
You know, hey, you got to do your business sometimes.
Hey,
unfortunately for this guy, you're right over the top of him. The notorious HIG.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. And next to him, the little big brother, Joe Wahman.
What's going on? Go Cards.
Joe Wahman. Of course, the chat
got to stay for work, Joe.
Oh, my gosh. Trevor said Higgy looks like he's on a season of Survivor with that beard. No, if he would look like Sean if – never mind.
Hey, let's just be glad that he's not on the season of Naked and Afraid.
I would be very afraid that he was naked. So, again, the chat line's open over here. Y'all still been asking me about the YouTube stickers. We're getting there. Y'all been following the CSZ YouTube. We appreciate it. But we have to have 1,000. We have to have 1,000 people follow us on that or subscribe to us, whatever it is, before we can use the YouTube stickers or whatnot.
Tell your friends to tell their friends.
Yeah, tell your friends to tell their friends so we can be friends. But at the bottom here, look, I'm still not good. At the bottom here, you can see our Cash App, our Venmo, our PayPal, stuff like this. Y'all really helped me be able to at the last second, swerve on over to the Worldwide of Sports, send my wife out to get busy, keep her busy. I didn't send her out to get busy. I kept her busy while I was out doing my thing. What's up, Corey? What's up? Look, you never have to. Corrito's going to be here every time.
Corrito's everywhere.
Casey, Trevor, Brian. I mean, all y'all. I don't want to slide
Tom Jeffrey's in the building.
TJ, what up? Like I said, I'll get back to y'all in a second. But what did I tell y'all last week? Good things happen for U of L basketball when I'm out of town. Have I not said that? And this week, I said this week will be no different. Now, I did expect some press conferences. I hope she wasn't getting busy, Steve, or it was my fault if that's the case. I will say and this is I'm pretty sure I'm the first one to let this information out, but there will be a press conference tomorrow at 1:30 up at U of L. I'm not going to say what for. I think y'all can pretty much figure it out, but I don't want to get in trouble. Hey, Todd, I appreciate you, man. I really do. But there will be a press conference tomorrow at 1:30. Redacted will take some questions. I've already warned him who to talk to and who not to talk to. For the haters in the back. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. But speaking of fun, man, the EYBL was this weekend in Orlando, Friday, Saturday, and today. Now I didn't go today because the game started like at 7:30. Like it was almost all the way over with before the time I even woke up this morning, and I'm in a lot of pain from all the walking I did the last 2 days. But gosh, man, if you've never caught an EYBL event, and there is going to be one in Indianapolis at the end of this month, and there's going to be one in Louisville at the end of May. I think it's the 27th to the 29th. Don't know where it's going to be at yet. We absolutely are rolling with Nolan, and man, I got to spend. We'll get to that here in a second, but the EYBL, man, this was the most intense physical basketball I've ever seen. Comparable to the Big East bully basketball we were used to. These guys, there were times, I don't know if y'all watched any of the lives. I tried to do some lives and it burned my battery out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do 1 quarter each game. Any rumbling on some transfers. All right. Well, maybe. Oh, yeah. I missed the best game of the weekend today. Thanks for pointing it out, Trevor. You're fired. By the way, our new social media, he's our social media manager, Trevor Edwards. Y'all know him from the show because he has been on our nuts for the last 6 months. No, I'm just kidding. He's been a very, very fine supporter of the show, and he's been putting out fire content. So not upset at him at all. But Trevor, you are going to have to be hazed, and I'm not sorry about that. So, but back to experience, there were times where a guy would go up for a layup, and unless they were bleeding, there was no foul called. Like the kid would get up. Like I feared for Caleb Glenn the entire time I watched him play because he was getting hammered to the ground. No fouls called. Like most intense. If you have an opportunity, I'm going to go to Indianapolis. What's up, Bill? I'm going to go to Indianapolis and watch the EYBL there, and of course, I'll be the one in Louisville. The pricing for the tickets, I'm told, is right around $20 for the public. But man, you have to at least catch it once. I imagine both KP and his associates will be in the house in Indianapolis with it being so close. Trevor's going to be at the Louisville one. Okay. Thanks. Interrupting the flow a little bit there, but it was amazing. I only had one negative experience, and that was yesterday morning. Set up, doing pre-shoots, doing lives before the show. Spill it. Trying to spill it. And I was there for about an hour. Steve would not stop calling me. Went out in the hallway to take his phone call, went to the bathroom, and when I walked back in, there was a magical little leprechaun sitting in my seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Caleb's been putting in some work with Dwayne Sutton. Yeah, that's
her Marquise Maven.
Y'all know Marcus hates the fact that he's a Louisville legend, and y'all still, not to pick on you, Josh. The Louisville
Now,
Athletic
somebody else did it on the late night show the other night. He said, I'm going to give you a free one because you said it's your first time, but spell my name right.
Look, Louisville Athletics sent him a goodie bag a couple of months ago and misspelled his name on it. He's not been able to let them live that down.
That's not good.
But Tony Bennett, Virginia Cavaliers head coach, sitting in my seat, and I stared him down for the rest of until he got up out of my seat. And now I have a new enemy. Locked on Louisville, trying to steal your audience. I just got a notification for Locked on Louisville is our. I don't know what you're trying to say there, Rob, but Dalton Pence, our other co-host who's not here right now, is the one that runs Locked on Louisville. So our audience is his audience. So, sorry, I also had to scoot this over because I can only see part of y'all's comments that y'all are saying, but no, he's not trying to. If it's Locked On Louisville, not trying to steal our audience is his audience. Okay, now I'm gonna stop reading the questions and get through my stuff. I think they're great questions, and we'll get to them. Okay, I just trying to make sure. Dalton works really, really hard, and he's in a similar situation as me and my brother is. He's had to start taking care of a elder member of his family. It takes up a lot of his time, and our heart goes out to him because we all know how rough that could be. But Tony Bennett stole my seat. I was very, very angry at that. But the rest of the weekend, man, Nolan was just it was so good to see him walk in. He walked in, he made a beeline to me. I was talking to Yasir Roseman at the time that Nolan walked in. And the funny thing is, I walked up to Yasir, introduced myself. I was like, we talked on, we DM'd the other night about you come to Louisville. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember you. And I was like, why aren't you at Louisville? He's like, well, you got me a raise, so thank you. So that was funny. And then Nolan walked in, he came in, hugged us both, and it was just amazing. I was so happy that I was able to get that first pick of him in the Cardinal red. And honestly, I wasn't. You all can thank Kenny Payne and Teresa for my coverage yesterday because we had this trip planned. What's up, bub? We had this trip planned well in advance, 6 months in advance. And when a week ago, when I was made privy to the fact that everything was in writing, signed, sealed, and delivered, whatever the case was, I didn't even know he was going to be in Orlando. I didn't even know the EYBL. Let me put it that way. I didn't know the EYBL was in Orlando. So I sent out a tweet that night, or I talked to Nolan. He's like, man, I can't wait to get started. I was like, when's your press conference? He said, probably sometime after I get back from Orlando. And I said, really? What time are you going to Orlando? Or what days? He told me the days. I was like, I'll be in Orlando. And he was like, no way. And I was like, way. So got that all straightened out. So then I put out a tweet that was like, some friends of mine going to be at the EYBL this week. Guess I need to go, roll through and check them out. 30 minutes later, I had a DM by the person that was running the EYBL extending an offer for me to come cover it. So that was really, really awesome. Took advantage of that. It was an amazing thing to see Nolan. Just like a lot of the other coaches were, and I'll tell you about some of the absolute legends I ran into while I was down there. It was unbelievable. I crop dusted Calipari, by the way. Not on purpose either. But like just as a lot of the other coaches were sitting courtside and cutting up and stuff, Nolan the whole time just looking at his laptop, looking at, his phone. Just it was very, 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 very fun, and he looked very, very natural in that element. And I know that's what he normally does, so that's a really odd thing to say. But I do want to extend the welcome home for Nolan, his sister Sydney, and then his wife Shayna. And their kids, Cameron and Derek, man, they're going to love everything that I know from talk. Me and Sydney, I would say are closer than me and Nolan, only because we talk a lot more often, or we talked. Now with Nolan, since Nolan's been made official, it's been about equal because I don't really have anything to say to anybody from Duke, so I don't really, no, I'm just kidding. But, man, it is so glad. It means a lot for them to be home as well. And their brother, great job this weekend. Thank you, Bradley. I'm not a big timer. Stop doing that. I did though. I didn't even know it was him. I was like trying to get out to the area away from the coaches. No, I saw him and I did it on purpose. I'm not gonna lie. I almost sharded. It was it was awesome. Yeah. So back to my point. Look, I'm so excited. I'm like rambling off and on. I wanted to get that first pick of him and Kenny together, but Kenny stayed up in Indianapolis to recruit. Apparently having a good time up there with Elijah Fisher and Devin Ree. Is it Ree or Ray, guys?
Ree, I believe.
Ree.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but Nolan, he was really good to me the whole time. There were times when I was just standing there just in awe, looking around, and he's like, hey, I'm about to go to court 13 to watch Trenton Flowers if you want to come over here with me. And I told him as soon as I saw him Friday night, I was like, I don't want to bother you. you can let me know from time to time who you're looking at or whatever, and I'll come over there and shoot some tweets out, take some pics. And he went above and beyond to help me out and put me under his wing. And that's such an intense element. I mean, let me tell you this: when I walked in Friday, the first 5 people I see in front of me in a huddle are Patrick Ewing, Juwan Howard, Hubert Davis, Rick Stansberry, which is not very impressive, but I had to throw him in there too because I saw him. And who was the 5th guy? The 5th guy. Oh, Seton Hall's new coach.
Oh, Shaheen Holloway.
Holloway.
Yeah. Just standing there talking like it ain't no big deal. And I'm like, oh, okay. What's up, Deshaun? I do hope, Cameron. Now, we've been talking about Fisher for quite a while here on the show. I'm trying to get a couple of these while I'm talking, regaining my thought process and everything. But we've been talking about Fisher for about 4 or 5 weeks now because we were tipped off about be on the lookout for Elijah Fisher. I'm sitting at NXT Tuesday night, and I get a notification saying that we had called him. Hey, tweet this out. We contacted him. I tweeted it out. It went crazy, and we will get to the rest of the craziness of Twitter later because it did get really, really crazy. Yeah, I thought it was really cool, Corrito. It's been a lot. I'm tired. I really didn't even want to do the show today, but I knew I couldn't let y'all down, so here we are. But it was a great time. Again, I want to give a shout out to Trevor. He helped me out a lot this weekend when I was trying to be on Twitter. Go Cards is the news that triggered. Yeah, but it's not. I don't Paul, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that question. What's up, KW? I never said, you know what? Let me, I'm going to get to that. Let me get to that. To answer your question, it's gonna play out over the next few months, but I never said anything was going to happen. I just said my tweet was, you think Duke fans are mad at us now? Wait till they find out what I just heard. And then I had 10,000 hillbilly inbreds, and I didn't. Y'all would have been really proud. I did not respond to a lot of them. I hit the block button. Steve and Perrin had been teaching me the block button. Because y'all know me, I care about what people think. I care about, and in this industry, you really can't. So I appreciate that, KW. So it is what it is. I had a blast at the EYBL. Let's wrap that up real quick. Yes, we are looking at Aaron Bradshaw, and he is an absolute stud. Him and gosh, what was the other kid's name? Now Trent Flowers. I really liked his game a lot. Oh, the other G.G. Jackson. Now I don't know if he used to be committed to Duke, but there was some interest there, and whereas there was some conflicts, there were some conflicting feelings about recruiting people like Dariq Whitehead. Now that was a kid that committed to Duke because of Nolan and because of his love for Duke, and a lot of people thought, well, maybe he'll get out of his LOI. Maybe he'll come to Louisville. That was a situation where I think Nolan felt like I'm not doing that. That'd be dirty. I'm not cut like that. I don't want to be looked at. Yeah. Okay, GG is a UNC lean right now. Okay. Well, I have a feeling that we're going to offer him very, very soon. So it is what it is. As far as that's concerned, but he was a monster. Really, really we'll go over some of the other people that we were there looking at, but yeah, man, Nolan's got so much integrity, and I respect that about him. What's good, Jeremy and CSD crew? DJ Wagner to Louisville. Is there any news on Milt being on staff? Cecil. I'm sorry. I know people pronounce that different ways. If you were looking at my Twitter last week, I tweeted out that Milt Wagner was officially or unofficially official. So yeah, he's oddly enough. I tried to get Rummage to come down here with me because I know how much he likes recruit. I've never really been a big recruiting guy. I just couldn't get into it because I know so many guys commit and then decommit and whatnot. And as soon as I walked in the building Friday, I was like, Steve, you've got to come down here. You would be in heaven. You would be like running around in circles with your shirt off. So maybe it's good he didn't come down. But
He'd have caught a charge.
or a block. You never know. Those refs down there were horrible too. But it was just crazy. But he calls me Friday night and he's like, well, maybe I'll come down tomorrow. I was like, why? He said, well, I got a sign while I was at Walmart earlier. I was like, well, what was the sign? Well, Milt Wagner was checking out in front of me in line. So that's a pretty good sign. But he couldn't find anybody to watch the kiddo, so he stayed at home, and I've been calling him every hour to not rub it in, but ask him, are you angry that you conceived 4 years ago or whatever it's been? And he's said yes every time, to be fair. So he's being constant on that. But all right, let's see. Again, Trevor, big help this weekend. I was on Twitter answering questions the entire time. I was trying to do some lives. I could not have done that without Trevor. And I appreciate you, my dude. He helped me out a bunch. Let's go over some of the prospects. Let's get going. Let's go over some of the prospects that we watched this weekend that I saw us watching this weekend. Caleb Glenn, the Louisville commit, played really, really well. He did. My only criticism of him is that he looked at times to kind of not really get outworked, but like pushed around a little bit. But again, this is the EYBL. You're not going to play teams like this in college where everybody is just diesel at every position. So maybe he and again, maybe he is used to it. I don't know, but this was a different. Like, y'all have to get out and watch it. It is a different ball game altogether. Like every 30 seconds, you were hearing two or more bodies just smack the floor and nothing being called. But Caleb played really, really well. The next play, this was the intriguing one, and I didn't mention this coach earlier for a reason, but sitting there yesterday morning, first game of the day yesterday, Nick, no idea. I'm sure I'll have somebody hit me up and let me know when that happens, but I think I was hearing the AD probably announced sometime at the end of the summer, maybe. I don't like to comment on things that I don't have the answers for 100%. So, but me and Nolan are sitting there talking. I was like, who are we here to look at right now? And he's like, Ashton Hardaway. I was like, oh, okay. Well, Jody's incorrect. And I'm not really happy. It's still likely, but he's not considering other people. If he's considering somebody other than Milt, then he needs to tell the other people. That's all I'll say about that. Rough estimate on 2022 recruits we're after. I hear a lot about 2023 players. Still very, very early, Brian. I'm not really sure, and I don't want to speculate there. I've been watching the video. Yeah, and there will be the. Sorry, it's throwing me off. I don't see Joey or Sam anymore. Or not Joey. Higgins.
I'm right here.
They just kind of bounced for a second. Oh, there's Sam.
No, Higgy's.
I know
I don't know what happened.
Tony Bennett lined my seat from me.
Hey, what do y'all think about this background, dude? It is dope.
I like it.
It is.
I like it.
Dude, that is dope. I found that yesterday.
But I was like, wait a minute, Hardaway. I said, is that Penny's son? He's like, yeah. About 2 seconds later, Penny Hardaway comes strolling by us, sits down, watching his son. I was like, this is crazy. He's like, ain't it? So then he went and sat down next to, a couple seats down from Penny. And during that game, he got took out. Like these two kids were chasing a basketball out of bounds over there and absolutely steamrolled Nolan. But he was okay. He was all right. When do I think KP will land his fifth commitment? Well, I don't know when he's going to land his fifth commitment because I don't know if he rolls like that, Cameron. But as far as first commitment, I'm just messing with you. I would say soon. And I would say one of my guys told me that Elijah Fisher is 60-40 right now. 60% he's going to college, 40% he's going G League. But if he does go to college, 100% it's Louisville. And I don't really like to deal with percentages a lot because for some reason when I said the staff was 70% confident, let me ask y'all this. In what kind of grading system has a 70% ever been a good grade? If you got straight 70
now, I mean, or was it a C then?
I'm just saying they said they felt okay, but they weren't convinced. The Tim Anderson hire, that's what locked that for Sky. 1,000,000%. So them taking Tim away. Oh, well, not really taking him away because I think he was already there, but them securing him, and that's what caught like Yasir. One of the Yasir loves Louisville so much. He's like, I just could, after what I was offered here at IU, I just couldn't leave. I was like, man, I get it. And then I said, see you in a few years. And he laughed, but it just, such a dope environment there. But all right, let's get back. I'm going off topic. It's cool, but I got to get back on trail. This guy was following Tim Anderson wherever he was. No, he was at Illinois. Tim was at Illinois. Oh yeah, he was following him wherever he went. Yeah, well, yes, and you say that and it ended up being true, but the person that I talked to that would know pretty well about what he was talking about, I asked the first question I said when I found out Tim Anderson was hired, Miles, I'll get to that in a minute, was, hey, with Tim Anderson being hired there, does that take us out of the running? He said, no, they're 70% sure now instead of 90 that they're going to get Sky. Because they thought they were going to get Tim. And it didn't work out because Illinois outbid us. Yes, absolutely. Oh, absolutely, Trevor. If Tim came here, Sky would be here. Absolutely. Let everybody else ask questions. You're on the team now. No need for you to suck up to everybody there, Trevor. But we had to Ashton Hardaway. We watched him play. He didn't start, and he's not as highly ranked as the other players, but I really liked his hustle. I liked what I saw out of him. I didn't love it. I liked it. The two studs that I saw outside of the obvious were Gigi Jackson and Trenton Flowers. They had really, really, they had really good games. I liked what they brought to the table. Aaron Bradshaw, the leaning tower, of rebound. I don't know what you want to call him. Come up with something slick. He just was amazing. He outplayed. It's a local kid, and I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but I would pronounce it Sear Malunga. I think it's Year Malunga, but he was impressive too throughout the weekend, and Aaron Bradshaw worked him big time. Last but not least, DJ Wagner. Now, I left Friday night at halftime of DJ Wagner's game, and he had not started to heat up yet. Back was starting to hurt, so I was like, I gotta go. I know I've been here the whole day. Gonna miss the last 30 minutes, but you get to beat the traffic. That's a Louisville fan trait. You get home, and that's what I did. But DJ, look, in the other games I watched him, man, he just was just phenomenal. So those guys, I would not be surprised to pick up a couple of those guys' commitments. Was I surprised that McKenzie committed to Duke? No. If y'all follow my Twitter, I said committed and signed is not the same thing. I was told 2 days in advance that McKenzie was committing to Duke. So no, I was not surprised. I thought we were going to flip some Duke commits. Yes, we are going to, but it's not going to happen. Look, Casper, and I'm not trying to take this out on you, so please, all due respect. When I say something, that doesn't mean it's going to happen 2 minutes later. Y'all have got to learn to let the cake bake and let Kenny Payne do his thing. That needs to be a new shirt. T-shirt hooligans. Let Kenny Payne do.
Artboard Kevin Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple shirts he's gonna make for me in the works.
Cody, that was my question, and I was just told stranger things have happened. So it is what it is. Just jumped on, so apologies if I already asked. Was there a buzz around Louisville? Yes, every person that walked in. I'm glad you said that. That walked in. I was with Nolan 92% of the time. Shook every person's hand in that building. They came up and congratulated him. I walked by John Shire at one point, and he looked up, and he looked like he was going to say, hey, and he saw my Louisville gear, and he just kind of like turned his head back down in the other way. I'm fine with that. We got Nolan. Still confident we land DJ. Noah, I'll be honest with you. I was confident. I was really confident we're going to land DJ until I saw Cal and his entire coaching staff come in to watch DJ yesterday morning. I don't really know. Let me go ahead and freeze you there so I don't miss any other ones. The whole DJ between it's heating up. The U of L UK thing. I think once Milt's announced, I think that's when that situation will be more clear. So no, I don't want to give you any false hope. I feel confident, but at the end of the day, I haven't been told that. So I don't want to spread any. That's why it really shocked me when I got slaughtered Friday by Duke fans. And then at the end of the day, by Louisville fans. I mean, I never said what the news was I got. It's going to play out over the next few months. And I bookmarked a lot of those people. I bookmarked and blocked a lot of those people. Call it soft if you want to. I don't have here's the thing about it. And I wasn't going to talk about social media for a few, but I'll touch on it real quick and then bounce back to finish out what I was talking about. I don't have to share my information that I get. I do that for you all. Yes, Cameron, 100%. That we're going to flip a 23 guy, and one of the guys that have already committed, we're going to flip him too. Mo Money, what's up, Dan? I appreciate you. Are we going to have a full roster next season? Yes. And we'll get to that.
Yes, I'm going to be playing.
Yeah, Joey's going to be
I'm playing point guard.
I'm
I'm L. Ellis's backup.
Yes, Cameron. We're going to flip a 22 and a 23. If we don't, that means that Duke brought more money than we had. But as of this weekend, yes. Absolutely.
Isn't it so weird that you can say brought more money and it not be against the rules anymore?
Right. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Have we put fear in this? Yeah, and here's something I think that no one will be okay with me sharing this, but we were sitting there yesterday just looking around the court and watching all the coaches and stuff, and he's like, he pointed to his Louisville logo on his shirt. He's like, people have respected this logo and maybe took it for granted took it for granted for a while now. We're going to make sure the whole country fears this logo. And I thought that was a great quote. What's up, Quentin? Keep sharing. I always keep my expectations low, but love the insight. Look, who was the rudest coach there? Tony Bennett was the rudest coach there. He took my seat, Denise. You give people a little news and they take it and run with it. I appreciate it. Yeah. Now, look, I don't have to there'd be a much better hire other than Milt if landing DJ is. And that's another thing, Noah. Why would we be hiring Milt if we weren't going to get DJ? I think, here's the thing. I think, again, this is my opinion. If something happens and Milt's not on the staff, it's because we were told we weren't going to get DJ. What is the 3-point percentage of the guard backing up L. Ellis? No idea. But
I'm about 70% from the 3-point line.
Joe, no, you're only if you're 40 feet or further.
Well, that's
behind.
where I'll shoot from. I'll shoot from the Cardinal beak.
But again, I don't have to share any of this stuff. I throw those little. Whenever I hear something in the morning, I say, "Can I say anything?" Wait. Okay, well, I want to give everybody something to be excited about, so I throw those little gifts out there. And I thought everybody loved them, but my God, apparently Jody Dimling's message board people. Which I'm kind of shocked that he allowed the hateful things that I was being sent. By the way, don't send me those screenshots. I don't care what them douche canoes say. If they don't want to listen to me or they don't want to see my tweets, block my ass. I don't care. Like, stay away. Excuse me for the language, but I don't care what Duke Card 12437 in my mama's basement.com says about me. I don't. So please do not send me any more screenshots.
I'll find their address and go whoop their ass.
Yeah, Joey will. He will. And that's what we should do, a charity basketball game. Collision course versus CSZ. You're guarding Higgy.
Of course you will, Bill. Of course you will.
No, I'm going to trade Higgy to your team, and then I'm guarding Higgy.
I'm going to guard Craig.
Thanks, Cameron. Do you think Louisville will become Nike? I think that they will become Jumpman within 5 years. Not Nike. I know that's confusing for some.
Where never changing his Twitter, Cody.
Brian, seeing Nolan with you. Oh my God, it was amazing to see. I told him that more. So his sister sent me a picture of him leaving from the airport. I think I sent that to like Sean and maybe somebody. I don't remember who else. And I was like, I told Sydney, I said, why did they send him the official 2K creative player Louisville gear? And she just laughed. That it was kind of it's kind of. But yesterday, man, he came in the gray fit, and it was nice. People kept telling him how much better he looked in red than blue, and I'm like, don't he? Tell him again. Say it louder. and I back to Noah. I do agree. It has to be a better. But here's the thing about it, and I'll share this too. As of right now, there's no third coach. I asked him all week, and I was like, "Look, come on, man. Be honest with me. I'm your boy. I've known you since you were like a baby. It's like, tell me who the third coach is." Jeremy, I promise you, we don't have one yet. We don't have a name. We don't have anything. Excuse me, didn't want to burp in y'all's ear. So there's no third coach. So my official guesses for the rest of the staff, I'm done doing that because I already know 2 of them that are going to be announced very, very soon. One of them's been announced, and that's the big man, KP. So I'm not doing any more predictions because Yasir, never change your Twitter. We're grateful for the information. You're our Woj. Cody, that hit me differently when I think that was you that tweeted it out the other day. Am I going to be wrong sometimes? Yes, because things will happen. Let's say even with the Duke flips, let's say the first one that's in this class that's already committed. I've been told to be completely confident that that's going to happen. But what if something happens and the kid changes? At the end of the day, it's the kid's right to change his mind. That ain't on me. Yeah, we do need the shirt that says "Fear This" logo.
Fear this and let the cake bake.
Ronnie, that quote made me. I walked away from him and said, "Dude, there's things I can't share with you, obviously, and things I can, and I'll try to share everything I can. But just the way how passionate he was about Louisville, and how I told him, I said, man, we needed you bad. And he said, man, I needed y'all just as bad. So that man, his family, like I said, Shayna and Sid, his wife Shayna, his sister Sydney, great people. I've known Sydney for a long, long time. I've known Shayna. I haven't really communicated much with her. That'll change now that they're going to be heading to the Ville, but they needed us just as much as we needed them. Believe that. Carito, I like Adidas too, but it is what it is. Did Nolan say anything about Milt? Miles, I asked him, I said, why ain't Milt here? And he said, I don't know. I can't tell you. So first time hopping on live, been following you for years. You are the tribal chief when it comes. Joey's going to hate you for that. I appreciate it.
No, I'm the right-hand man. That's fine.
Okay, Joe Uso.
Main event Jay. A main event Jay. There you go.
Look,
acknowledge him.
Oh, my God.
Haters.
So, this is going to be a long show today because I want to answer everybody's questions. I'm here in Orlando. I'm waiting for the girls to get back so we can go to the pool. Joey, I made a purchase today.
I made a purchase yesterday.
No. You know,
this is a legit purchase. This ain't a joke either.
Oh, God. What did you buy?
I bought one of the new Samsung laptops yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was having trouble trying to figure out the volume and sound earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got me a little microphone here.
Oh, look at them official.
Yeah. So yeah, I made.
Okay, I'll get to my purchase. Let me finish. Let me finish the serious stuff first, and then we'll get to my purchase because I'm pretty proud of it.
Purchase something crazy.
I'm a collector of wrestling belts, as everybody knows here.
Oh, okay.
And
you got the old British Bulldog titles, didn't you?
Hold on.
He got the Bulldog.
Y'all man the
Foundation Bulldog. Heart Foundation Bulldog titles. Yes, Tom Jeffries. This is the bloodline of Louisville sports. I'm just trying to kill time, to be honest with you.
We are really about to do a reveal on the podcast. So here's the packaging.
All right, so one of those is mine, right?
No, I'm going to give you the raw ones back.
I'm down with that.
You're welcome. Let's unpackage the championship. And shout out to Anna, man. My girl Anna there has taken Joe. You remember Anna, the one with the braids?
Yeah.
She has taken care of me every time.
Casper, we do not know unless he was there. He didn't invite us for dinner, so.
Legit right there, boy.
The World Tag Team Championship, authentic. She hooked me up. I can't tell you how much of a discount I got because then she may not have a job, brother. But yeah, it's beautiful. Like, should I just sit here for the rest of the show with it on my shoulder?
If I had the other one, I'd sit in the rest of the show with mine too.
Come back over there.
And Higgy, nobody told you to speak.
Sorry, I missed all that. But where was I at before I said that? Higgy, it was your responsibility to keep me on track. Oh, tribal.
You're talking about.
Thank you. Mute yourself. I appreciate that. And I did get somebody to acknowledge me the other night. My guy, Rick I say my guy because
he is now. I mean, by default.
My guy,
right?
Rick Bosich, was the first one that put it out there. Here's the funny thing about it. I posted a picture. Corrito, you know this too, and I'm going to catch up to the message boards here in a second. I posted a picture of Nolan in his gear. I asked him, I said, can I tweet this out? He's like, somebody else is going to tweet it out if you don't, so go ahead. And about 10 minutes later, I'm thumbing through my notifications, and Rick Bosich had quote tweeted me. It was like, Nolan Smith, I guess this is true. But when I initially tweeted that out, I had 37 people, I counted it, said, well, Rick Bosich is still going to say it's not official yet. And then he makes it official, and then he follows me, so I have to follow him back, right? So, yeah, my guy Rick Bosich, man, love that dude. I don't like his food takes, but looks like he makes the driest cooked meats on earth, but we'll see. Love seeing Nolan in Louisville.
I know somebody's got some drier meat
unbelievable.
Yeah. Duke fan, look, and that's what Nolan and Cindy both told me. They were like, you're just taking the brunt of their anger. And what I've been hearing for the last 5 weeks from Duke fans were, oh, you're not taking Nolan. He'd never leave. Then after he's here, and I went back and was like, privately messaged him, like, haha, he's here. Oh, well, you got lucky. No, I didn't get lucky. I know these people. Kenny Payne, mi familia. Nolan Smith, mi familia. So, y'all, if y'all were mad at, I'm just gonna put it this way: anybody out there that hates me for no reason, y'all, I will make you love me because I'm gonna have exclusive content for you all. If this was any other coach, I would not have this access. I'm gonna admit that openly because I didn't have any relationship with Chris Mack at all, so it made it hard. I had a little bit of one with Ross and Cahill. And I know that they've announced that they're officially announced that they're leaving, and I wish them nothing but the best of luck. Really good dudes. But I'm locked in on this one, y'all, and I'm locked in until KP leaves. And then if Nolan's his replacement, y'all can just stay pissed off at me. Just be mad because at the end of the day, I know who my friends and families are. I know who fans of the show are, who are my friends, my acquaintances, if you will. But whatever. Duke fans were already mad before my tweet. Absolutely. Losing to UNC. Yeah. True. Nolan will be our coach when KP goes. Sean's meat is dry. Joey, stop. Leave his meat alone. I never thought I had to tell you that. Nolan will be our coach when KP leaves. I fully believe that, but I think we get at least 10 seasons out of KP before that happens. That wasn't me that tweeted it. Okay. All right. All credit to that Twitter user that I don't remember. Milt doing undercover work. Absolutely. The bloodline. Yeah. Joe with the good electronics. It's about time. This dude's still using his Napster.
No, I don't.
In MySpace. Let's see, some of the 22 transfers we're in on. I'll get a list for y'all next week. Was Huggins in Lexington? I don't know. Shaking my head from Brent. Corrito fired. Laugh. Yeah. Duke fans are funny because, they were telling me the whole time. They were like, he'll never leave. And then when I brought it up to them, they were like, oh yeah, well, good guess. And then there was the story going around. Now I didn't put anything out there initially, but you think they're mad? Watch what happens. And then somebody said something to me. Are we about to steal the recruits? And I was like, maybe a couple. Well, that sent them into. They started naming names. I never named a name. They started running wild like Hulkamania on everything. And it's like, look, So you're going to tell me there's no way Nolan leaves, and now you're telling me there's no way that player A is going to he's committed to Duke. Well, he's not signed.
Do they not know it's 2022 and you don't like committing somewhere doesn't
Committing
mean
don't
the
mean
same as it
sign.
used to?
Committing does not mean sign. I just want y'all to make sure KP follows. Look, let me check this real quick because anytime he might get tired of my nonsense and unfollow. You know, I had somebody hit me up in the local media about 2 days after that happened and was like, "Are you running Kenny Payne's Twitter account? Is that why you're the only one followed?" I'm like, "No, I'm just the only one who knows." Coach Kenny Payne, following 45 people, 19,000 followers. Yes, I'm still, as of now, the only media person he follows on Twitter. But Duke fans, Duke fan 1234 with 37 followers is like, you don't know what the hell, you've been talking out your butt all day long. It's a really big butt. So if I talked out all day long, I'd probably be kind of tired. Antron, it's fine. Let the look. There was a petition on Jody's boards this week to have my Twitter banned because I told them that Dariq Whitehead was decommitting. I never said that. When do I see us back in the top 10? Week 2.
Word.
Do what, Sean?
You never said a word about a direct player. You mentioned that there might be 2, and that's it. You didn't say any of the players.
I never said Caleb Foster.
You didn't say they were signed. You said they were committed. So.
I never said Caleb Foster. I never said Mackenzie Macabo. Well, I just did, but then I didn't say those names.
Again, I'll just find their address and I'll go beat their ass.
You will too. Corey, what are the odds we could get Young Hardaway away from his father? I'm not sure. He's a 3-star talent. I don't think that would make Louisville fans happy, honestly. Right now, we're 5-star or bust. I'm seeing a lot of, and not from everybody, but I'm seeing a lot of, my very first piece that I wrote for CardinalSportsZone.com 10 years ago. Wes, I'll get to that in a second because that was this. My first piece was called "I'm Going to Need You to Do Better." It was inspired by our guy Wes Brown. Shout out to Wes. Hopefully he'll join us there next week. And it was about how I was seeing a very small portion of our fan base turning into the blue side. And now, if that was 5% back then, it's 60% now. It's just like, man, we don't have to have we don't need to go 42-0. We don't need all this stuff that y'all want. Just be patient. Be patient. So the odds of us getting Hardaway, I don't know, but would y'all be happy with him? Is he top 100? He's like the 15th best. I don't know his exact stats. Trevor, get on that stat boy. Look, you're not stat boy anymore. But even when Trevor was watching our show, he got us the stats faster than you anyway. So that's why we hired him. So I don't know. I don't know if we'd even want him. Cameron, great question. With all these, I'd be a hypocrite to be like, oh, committing don't mean signing, and then overlook the fact we still have the stud Kamari Lands, who's not signed, but has committed. Like, he may go elsewhere. We don't know what Kenny has in store. I mean, I know some things he has in store. There's nothing I can share, but I mean,
Ashton is 105 right currently.
105 overall.
Yep.
Okay. So are y'all going to be happy with the top 105 player? I don't know. Yes, Korea. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Again, will I be wrong sometimes? Yes. It won't be because I just made something up and it was wrong. It's because
people change their minds.
Without naming names, the people that have told me were wrong. Not my fault at all. I don't take any of the blame.
Even if they're, it's the same thing with them though. Like, if they're talking to a kid and the kid tells them that, and then they change their mind, they can't help that they told you something and it ended up being wrong either. Because people change their minds.
Absolutely. Corrito, you are absolutely correct. I give people little nuggets and then they run with it and add their own stuff to it. It's fine. Look, at the end of the day, here's what I'll say. The only person that can judge me at the end of all of this is God. If your first name ain't Jesus, last name ain't Christ, then I don't. Joey, are you changing clothes in the background or something?
No, it's just the camera's weird.
Okay, yeah, because it kind of looks like
I'm munching on stuff, and I don't want to munch on it in front of the camera.
Yeah, Higgy, learn from Joey. Where was I at? Higgy? What did I say before Joey started stripping in the background?
Tony, on the camera.
What?
If their name isn't Jesus Christ, they can't judge you.
Thank you, Sam. At least somebody listens to the show that's on it. If your name ain't Jesus Christ, I don't really care. I mean, I care. Obviously, I care about what you all say and think. But am I going to be mad because Hoser Joe 124 sent me a threatening tweet? No. Duke Carr, there's people, and I don't have like sending me screen. And again, I don't care if people are talking bad about me, unless it's true. And if it's true, I care. But then that just means I've done something wrong. But if people are out there, Jody's message board is full of hate towards me. Let that stay there. I don't need that extra stress in my life. I've got enough stuff going on. Blessed to be out of town on vacation and kind of decompress a little bit, but don't care what they had to say about me. I really don't. I used to, but I don't now. Does KP offer Bryce Hopkins? So Bryce Hopkins decommitted this week, or not decommitted, jumped in the transfer portal this week, and immediately I got 100. Oh, we're going to get Bryce Hopkins after all? And I told him, I was like, I don't. He went to, like, I don't really, no, he was committed to, I don't really have any kind of, oh, Higgy's left. It was one of y'all used y'all's third wish on Higgy leaving. Maybe he had an emergency and had to hop off real quick. He ran out of Cheetos or something. But no, and I talked. UK just offered Bradshaw. Of course they did, Brent. That's called strategy. No, I'm backstage for some reason. Well, nobody kicked you out of the room. There he is. So I start. There's a couple of the current players that I have a rapport with that I speak with, and I hit one of them up and was like, "This is what I'm hearing about these other players." He's like, "Man, that's dope. I hope I get to play with them." And I was like, "There's, Bryce Hopkins is also out there on the market." I said, "But I don't really want him." He's like, "No, it ain't cool. It ain't cool how he did it." So I don't know how he did it or what he did, but there was definitely. I don't think there's any chance that we get him. Imagine being Caleb Glenn and Lance commits to Mac and then ends up Caleb. Yes, Lance will be here. He came here for NIL, not coaching. Okay, well, look, send all your hate mail to. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Brian, it's a good thing I didn't make my thought about Jeremy Roach leaving because of Nolan Public. A lot of the Duke people. Now there were like 3 or 4 major Duke writers that contacted me and was like, "Hey, man, I need your side of the story." No, Miles, I'm not. But the first thing they all said to me was, "Is it Jeremy Roach?" So apparently there's some stuff there. I'll try to get that sorted out this week. What was the question about stats? I was talking to my wife. See, Sean, a wife is somebody that after you've dated them for a while, you propose to them.
Even this guy has one.
Yeah.
I've had 2.
What was my question for Trevor? I asked him a question.
It was about Hardaway, and I already looked it up for you.
Okay, yeah, Higgy did your job, so maybe you're expendable now.
Oh man.
Corey Carson, I like Fisher's game. Could be a new pathway in Canadian recruits. Look, y'all aren't gonna. That's true, but y'all aren't gonna like our connection in Canadian recruiting because it's a guy that y'all don't really care for. So it is what it is. Y'all might have to learn to love him too. 100% to Korea. The fact that we are following recruiting news shows how far we've come. Yep. Is the staff close to being completed? How tomorrow at 1:30, you're going to hear the first piece of the puzzle be locked in. I said that earlier, right? Already?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Did I? Did.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're hearing that first 1:30 tomorrow. And again, if it doesn't happen, it's because they've changed something. Maybe that's another thing. Y'all want all these tidbits, and some, I know for a fact some of these times I've told y'all stuff, they've changed it on purpose just so too many people finding out about it. So let's just keep this to ourselves. All the people watching, don't say nothing else. I told y'all, but nobody else. I remember Bryce trying to talk big after he went to UK and try to make us look bad. Probably what it is. Cody, send the hate my way. I think the only way he lands doesn't end up here. And I told y'all, look, can I talk about football recruiting? I will here in a second. I just want to get caught up on the message board. Look, I told y'all, Dre, weeks and weeks and weeks ago that Dre Davis wasn't going to be here. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, he is. No. Bye-bye. He's gone. Right now, and it's holding true to form. I've told y'all again, listen to the past episodes. Sydney, L, JJ, Jalen, and the one I was iffy about. Actually, I flat out told y'all last week that I heard that I was afraid it wasn't going to happen. Roosevelt Wheeler, I'm hearing that that's back into play. So I feel very confident sometime during the day, maybe during the show. That's happened to us a lot when we've been talking about something that was about to break, and it ended up being on the show. But it is what it is. How many people are allowed on KP staff in total? You got 3 bench coaches. You can have a special assistant to the coach, which is what we thought Milt was going to be for a while, but then we found out he can't be that and be related to any of the recruits. So he moved into bench coach. I was told last week it's not been made official, but then again, neither has Nolan. So take that for what it's worth. All the paperwork's been signed. I told you all the details of KP's contract 3 months before it was official. And that's not me trying to flex. Corrito always accuses me of flexing. I'm just telling the truth. I was told last week by somebody up in the know. I don't want to give it away because I don't want to get them in trouble either. That his contract. When I tweeted that out last week, that's when he was made official. So, but we're looking for one more. Nobody seems to know. It's a Bash in the Beach 96 redo. We don't know who the third person is. It's Brent, and I was about to talk about him too. See, that's what I love about y'all. Y'all jump ahead of me. Actually, I hate it, so stop. But no, Brandon Huntley Hatfield. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know that he's related to his mom. I think him and his mom just grew up together. You know, when you grow up with people, sometimes you call them your nephew. Like Lavelle Boyd's, all his boys, they call me Uncle Jeremy. I'm not. Yeah, Corey, you did. You did tell us the Davises were leaving, but I mean, you confirmed, I think, what I had been speculating. But they call me, so I don't know that they're necessarily related. But Brandon Huntley Hatfield was. A lot of people don't know this because this wasn't made public, I don't think. But it was between us and Tennessee for his destination. And I know, Sean, you remember me, Sam, you remember me talking about that. Higgy, I don't remember if I trusted you with that information. Probably not. But I think you got number 1 out of the way. Number 2's here. It's looking good. Louisville looks like a nice place to go. So come on through. I think he absolutely is an option. I think the 8-foot tall dude down at Western Kentucky, I think he's an option. So many other people. There's not anything else I've heard like concrete info on, but that's who I would definitely keep my eye on. Jamarian Sharp. The Brandon Huntley Hatfield thing just broke about 3 or 4 hours ago, so I'm not sure. I do have somebody looking into that for me, so I'll let y'all know when I can. But yeah, I love when I have so many questions I can't follow along with my show plan. So let's see where I was at. KP was in Indianapolis last night watching Devin Ree and Elijah Fisher. Jalen, JJ, and Rose are coming back. No third coach yet. Basketball presser tomorrow at 1:30. Duke and Louisville hate message boards. Don't send me screenshots. Yeah, I went through all that inadvertently. Oh, breaking news from Joey. Jim Patterson Stadium is being evacuated right now. There's sheriffs walking around. The game has been temporarily suspended at the moment. So if we hear anything else about that while we're live, we'll let you know. Last thing on that list is a no on Whitehead, no on Hopkins. I've not been told we weren't going after Hopkins, but we were not on his list that our guy Jake Weingartner reported. He reported a long list and we weren't on there. So I'm going to say no on that. That's my opinion. I've been told that. The Whitehead thing, I've been told there's absolutely no shot. Like if Nolan wanted him here, we'd have him, but no, basically. Oh, actually, that's pretty good news. I'll share in a second too. It was more like a loyalty thing, like with that situation. Our guy Kevin, before we get to the second part of the show and the rest of these questions, our guy Kevin has got the CSZ merchandise store open. He can do anything you want. He can do shirts, bourbon barrels, license plate holder, like anything you want. What's up, Kev? Anything. I'll let Higgy and Trevor look that up, Corrito, because I don't know when the last day is transfers can jump in the portal without having to wait a year to play. I don't know that answer. I don't. But Kevin can do all the merchandise for you. We've been getting in. I think he's got. We announced him last week. He's gotten several orders, so we appreciate y'all supporting the show. Wes thinks it's May 1st. Okay. So I wasn't even sure. And again, he said, "What's up, guys? Always open for new ideas." Got some stuff from Kevin. He does do great work. Absolutely.
I got 2 shirts coming soon.
Yeah, and everybody, we'll all be draped in some CSC gear from Kevin here soon. So, all right. The hats, I'm still taking orders for the threaded hats. Kevin can make you the iron-on hats, which are still good too. I just prefer like the deep threading, the moon glow, and all that stuff. Somebody called a bomb threat into Jim Patterson Stadium. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to delete it out of my script. I had a reference to somebody hitting a bomb in a game yesterday that I will take out because stuff like that you just don't think of. Like when you say war, I've had people that have been offended by me using they're going to war, and you just don't think about it that there are people actually out there that have been to war, like our guy Pierce and stuff. So I think Louisville Live. That's a great question. I was asked that yesterday. I'm not sure. You would think it would. It's been such a success. So, all right, let's get to our reads real quick. Shack in the Back Barbecue 3633 BBQ. They do finally have a opening date for their new building. I believe it's in May. I'll get a concrete on that. I just saw that in passing when I was flipping through earlier. Fitness Market, Chris and Sarah, 502-882-2694. They have great equipment. I've got multiple pieces in my home. I'm a big dude, big dude, and it's all been very, very sturdy, and it's worked really well.
May 14th on the Shack in the Back reopening date.
May 14th. All right, cool. Any truth that Robic may be in a non-bench role? I don't know who that is, so I can't answer that.
Splice Robic, I think he was an assistant with at that other school when Kenny was there.
Oh, I don't know. I do know that I've heard we're taking some of Lexington. We are taking some Lexington personnel, like behind the scenes, like administrative, video, just stuff like that. But no, I haven't heard anything about that. I've been vigorously defending you, my man. I appreciate that, but don't even waste your time. I don't care. These people don't know me. Y'all know me. I don't care. Milt announced next week. Tay, I wouldn't be surprised if it was later this week. Like I said, tomorrow we will have one piece of the puzzle locked in and announced around 1:30. I need CSD at a Holy Cross softball game. All right. Well, look, he plays softball, not very well, but he's on a softball team. So maybe we can get him to come out and support. We can all come out and support y'all.
We need to talk to Shack in the Back maybe about doing one of these live shows.
Yeah, it's the only place we haven't done. They haven't had
when they're reopening.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah. Hey, Kevin Watson. He's older than me. I'm just kidding. Well, probably. Louisville Live in the Yum Center would be awesome. I've looked up to Kevin since I was in elementary. Gosh dang. Since I was in high school. Kevin, did you graduate without saying years or anything? Did you graduate with Derek or a year before Derek Anderson? You just at that Fredo versus Dawes football game when you get. But I'll be on the wrong side for you, Kevin. I'm excited to see the size and athleticism of the Garden Wing spots. Even
we ripped that double D.
Me too. Let's see. All right. Four Pegs Beer Lounge. Higgy, this is your time to shine, or completely. I can't say the word.
Charlie Foxtrot.
Charlie Foxtrot it up here. 634-1447. Our guy Chris, one of our. He's supported this show since we were on 93.9 The Ville. So go ahead, do the read. Messes a little bit. Yes, Corey, and I'll talk about that here in a second. Go on. It's your time to shine, or be very, very dull.
So this week, keep in mind, Wing Wednesday is on Wednesday. All you can eat wings for $20. Along with they are finishing up the Easter orders. You'll be going in effect tomorrow, so please make sure you got your Easter order in. Other than that, no specials as of right now. So wait on Chris to send me some more for the coming weeks. There are some good deals coming. Just I'm waiting for the deals to come.
I'm trying to see if I'm checking them out. Look, sometimes you can learn some stuff while. All right, I did get. Yeah, I obviously saw that before the show started. I just got the confirmation I can mention the press conference tomorrow. Oops. I mean, it's all good. So, Higgy, I wasn't paying attention to you at all. I'm sure you
did
well.
all right. He did all right.
Derby City Lawn and Landscaping. Our guy Rob Black is out there starting the mower up right now. Summer's here. Lawn mowing season's here. 502-773-5757. If you call him and tell him he was the greatest linebacker Dallas ever had, you'll get an extra 10% off. That's not true, but tell him it is, and I'm sure he'll give you some sort of a discount. And last but not least, our friends out of All-American Pool and Supply Company. The Pence has been serving this city, this county for, ever since I was a kid. 502-448-0300. Give them a call if you're wanting to get some stuff done to the pool you have, or let them know you want to build a pool next summer. This is the perfect time to get those plans together. That's All-American Pool and Supply Company, 448-0300. All right. Let's see. Catch up. Year before. So you graduated. in 91. Okay. All right.
You just said that you weren't going to mention.
I know, but I'm sorry, Coach.
That's why I just went like that.
I'll run laps. My bad. Do you have any ideas about Ashley Howard? I heard Ashley Howard's name for the first time today. So I'm not really sure where. And I was told where. My mind's just been so. Right now, my knees are hurting so bad. I could be brought into painful tears. Yeah, sorry, Kevin. Look, and this is something I know. Derek committed. He went to Kentucky eventually, but that dude, one of the best people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And I know y'all are like, Jeremy, you say that about a lot of people. Well, I've got Joey can vouch for this. I have a really good radar. Other than Higgy, everybody. I'm just kidding. I don't really fool with ignorant people, and then when I do, they kind of find their own way to get away from me. So it is what it is. But Derek, just man, I remember my first day, my freshman year, I think was. I was in all sophomore classes because I had tested out of my into 10th grade classes. I had 9th grade English, but everything else was 10th grade classes. And I was already the youngest person in the school as it was. So everybody could see I was just a little kid in there. And Derek and DeMontre Hayden, both star basketball players at Doss, took me under their wing, showed me the ropes, introduced me to some hot girls for the first time ever. Like they were like 3 years older than me because I was the youngest in the school by like a year. And I appreciate that. I mean, I got to look. No, I'm just kidding. But no, they really took me underneath their.
Sean never had that.
Sean didn't.
He needed a Derek Anderson
Sean,
in his
when
life.
is your birthday? What day?
June 24th. Dang,
June 24th. How
no,
many
27th.
days?
27.
Higgy, find out how many days it is till June 27th exactly. What was the good news I just received? I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what we do. Wall's got a commitment from another. Yeah. I was going to let Sam talk about that commitment here in a second. When it comes to our current roster, do we know if position changes?
79 days.
79 days.
That's weird because I come up with 78. You can't count, bro.
Playmakers, if you'll tell me what I teased about, I'll let you know because I.
No, you said you was on the phone. Like you gotta, like after I said something about the Jim Patterson thing, you looked down at your phone for a minute. And you was like, "Oh."
Well, it's obviously not something I.
And then you said, "I'll get to that later." I don't know
Here's one thing I can announce, and I think this is pretty cool.
It might have been that you had just got the confirmation to go ahead and talk about the press conference.
Probably, but I'm thinking that Playmakers is talking about something completely different. University of Louisville is announcing via press release that world-renowned artist Amy Sherald is donating a $1 million gift to the University of the Breonna Taylor Portrait Trust distributions results in a gift of $1 million to the University of Louisville. So that's really awesome to hear. Let's see, subscribe on YouTube. Your show's going live. I know that. I'm doing it right now. Thank you. Look, I know y'all think I'm like being janky and stuff because, well, it's 11 a.m. Somebody just asked me when Caleb Glenn's game was against DJ Wagner. What you were teasing on Twitter. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Dwayne Haskins got killed yesterday. The press conference tomorrow, that's probably what it was. But I need you, honestly, I've had so much stuff going through my head this weekend. If you'll tell me the exact tweet, I will answer it 100% honestly, whether I'm allowed to or not. Sam, real quick. Well, not real quick. Take your time on it. This is likely going to be a 2-hour episode, and I apologize. I just want to had a lot of information to get y'all from the EYBL. Y'all still staying here strong with me, though, so I appreciate you. Sam, tell us a little bit about the commitment we got yesterday and what you think, because you gave us a little tidbit in the group chat. You said getting this person probably means we're out of the running for this person, but catch everybody up real quick.
Yes, so Louisville got a commitment over the, I guess, on the 8th or 7th from top 55, top 75 junior guard Soleil Williams. She's out of the Ohio area. She played against like Alexia Mobley. She also played against Kiki. It was some. She committed to. She's not coming to Louisville, but still, she's a really, really good player. She's a lefty. Her game kind of reminds you on the perimeter. Kind of reminds you of James Harden. The way she has a real tight handle on the ball. She loves that step back like Harden does, and she shoots it really, really well. I think she averaged about 23 points a game last year. I can't wait to see her get in here at Louisville and work with our guard coach, Coach JP. So I know she'll have her on top of her game in no time. But in terms of her skill set, she's a bona fide scorer. Think along the lines of an Asia Durr. I'm not saying she's that type of player yet. I'm just saying lefty with great ball handling, great shooting ability, makes tough shots, can get others involved as well, and she does play defense. So she'll be a great. She is the first commitment in the 2023 class. Although I was excited that she committed, I kind of was a little disappointed because I was hoping that Louisville would still be in the runnings for, I'm gonna butcher her last name, but Hannah Higdalo. I watched her last year at the Run for the Roses. Even though she's 5'6", she's a pit bull on the defensive end. She can get into the lane. She can score at will amongst the taller players. She can find her teammates really, really easy. But at this point in time, I have no issue with who Coach Walz really puts the full court press on, because I mean he's been batting 100% when it comes to the commitments that he's been getting at Louisville. So you can't question his work ethic or his scouting. So I'm really, really excited to have her as our first player. So Louisville's been doing some good things in the state of Ohio. So really, really glad to have Soleil. I think that's how you pronounce her first name. But really, really glad to have her as our first commitment for the class of 2023.
Look, Sam, this is what we're going to work on this summer. Now, I had a really good relationship with both Coach Sams that were here and that are no longer here. We got to get you locked. Like, It's going to take some dedication from you, but we got to get you locked in with Coach Walls and the staff, because I think that would be amazing for your solo career here at CSC to be able to. I don't have time. Like, I really don't. It's not just that it's the women's team. I don't know how much effort I'm going to be able to put in football with me having all this. You see the circuit board when they do the blueprints of the circuit boards and all the connections right now with me in basketball. I can't. I don't have time. So I want you to be able to do that for women's basketball, like I want Dalton to be able to connect with football. And I guess I'm gonna be co-leading the basketball team. So, hey, what's up, Brian? You should have Coach JP on the show. We did an interview with Coach JP. Here's the problem, Kevin. My basement flooded. It flooded all my memory cards, so I no longer have that. She's awesome, though. And I know we could have her on the show again, so I'm not even worried about it. Okay, Playmaker says, I was talking about when you tweeted that you could not yet tell what you've been told in my Orlando update. Higgy, find that and send that to me, because I don't want to lie. I don't lie to nobody. I'm not in that business. Dalton did send me a football. Okay. And Joe, we did talk about it being evacuated, so it's. Oh, you're saying that it's still people aren't.
They cleared it out. I don't think they're going to resume the game probably today at all. The way it's looking on the updates. Gotcha.
Yeah, and we did talk about that live when it happened. Quick update from Orlando. Okay, Higgy, look at that up. Quick update from Orlando. Oh, it was like 3. I put like 3 bullet points. It may be hard to find since I've been tweeting a lot this weekend, but look that up and send it to me, please. Dalton did send us a football recruiting report. We did essentially get a trade in FSU country. We traded who did we trade down there?
Greedy Vance.
Traded Greedy Vance to the Florida State Seminoles for Jarvis Brownlee. Here's what Jarvis's high school scouting report says: smaller build, but filled out physically. Strong at 170 pounds with chance to gain muscle. Very good ball skills. Rides receivers, giggity, and sticks downfield coverage well. Reacts to plays in front and joins pursuit. Aggressive at the line of scrimmage with quickness to make up if he falls behind initially. Physical without needing to pull and grab. Gets caught reading quarterback, though, too often. Tendency is to get burned on double moves. Who wouldn't? Higgy gets burned on double moves to the refrigerator, so that's something they have in common.
Sean has never been burned.
No, well, in a positive way. Must get bigger to become more durable. He says the chance to be key contributor later in college career with the potential to get NFL draft looks. I agree. I watched some of his film. I think he can be a stud here. How many days was it till Sean's birthday, Joey?
78.
Listen, y'all, 78 days until Sean becomes the real life version of a major motion picture.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
It starred Steve Carell.
I mean, if he makes it to that, we got to take him somewhere and get his chest waxed and recreate that scene.
Hey, bro, Joe, we got to do something about this, bro.
Hey, dude, I'm working on it, dude. I am working. Right. Like, I'm working on right now. Worst case scenario.
Jesus.
Last resort.
Hey, man,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Listen. Here's one good thing, Sean. You're about to have Sam and Joey in the same area. No telling what kind of nonsense y'all are going to get into. But here's the fact of the matter. We joke on Sean's empty tank a whole lot, right? But at the end of the day, Sean, we talk about Sean's empty notch. He's got a belt and there's no notches cut out in it. It's just like it should be like the new WWE belts with the Velcro, right? So Sean's one of the greatest. Here we go again. Nobody's gonna believe me when I say anything going forward about good people, but Sean, like, literally, is a great dude who is the only reason he's not in a relationship or had or done all the stuff we joke on him. And he's a great sport. If he didn't want us talking about that, all he'd have to do is say, "Jeremy, cut it out." But he don't. He knows that we do it all in jest. Poor little fella. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sean or
Unbelievable.
But Sean's poor widow fella. That's true.
It's dinky.
But one of the greatest people, man. I only wish I had a sister that I could force to date him. So awesome, dude. By the way, just want to say all these people that
find one of her loose friends.
No, you're right. That's absolutely true. And I'm fine with that. Look, if at the end of the day, if I only had 100 Twitter followers, which I don't. Last week we were talking about me being Mr. 10,000. Now we got to talk about me being almost Mr. 12,000. But
yeah, Mr. 450 now.
I know. I'm hum. Look, you've almost tripled since the beginning of the year.
Oh no, I mean I've gained over 300 in the last week.
You're getting that good old woman rub, if I'm saying that correctly. Look how shy. That's so pretty.
I know all about the woman rub.
I had to talk the lady down to over $100 again. I love her. Stop it, Joey.
So your tweet said no. Number one, no, I cannot share what I just learned. 2, I never said Sky was coming. Just the staff felt good about him.
Absolutely.
3, I have been wrong twice in 10 years of being on Twitter. Once a coach told me something.
Both were wrong.
That's not the tweet though. And
no, that is the tweet.
Well, second of all, he said send it to him.
Yeah,
I did.
You did send it to me? Okay. These people are like, get on with the show, man.
Real quick before I have to get out of here because I got to work. Women's softball 5-2 winner over North Carolina today.
Higgy, you did not send it to me, and now you're super. Yeah, you did. Sorry, you're hired back. No, I cannot. Let me see what some of.
What about Taylor Roby's bomb the other night?
Oh, the thing that what I was told were the Duke commits that were going to allegedly flip. That's what it was. Sorry about that. That first bullet. Yeah. So that's what it was. It was the 2 names I got.
I don't know why anybody listened to me anyway. I wouldn't have known which one it was.
Right. So, and initially, I will say this, full disclosure, and this wasn't from Nolan, but I got a call. I got a call Thursday morning that was like, you'll never doubt the power of Kenny Payne. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, we've got a shot at Dariq Whitehead. And I immediately hit up my contacts up there, and they said, no, I don't think so. But apparently somebody thinks it. I mean, I got accused of saying it, even though I didn't say it earlier in the week. So, and I appreciate y'all hanging around. I'm not trying to waste y'all's time or anything. We don't normally do this long of a podcast, so we appreciate y'all sticking around. We also got a commit in football this week. Jamari Johnson, the tight end, offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Florida State, and others. A rising star that balled out at the latest Under Armour camp. 6'5", 250, 7-on-7 teammate of our guy, Pierce Clarkson. Likely will be used as Marshawn has been. Also a solid Wildcat option. So I'm very, 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 very excited about that pickup. Baseball, they were 1-1 this weekend following a walk-off home run in Game 2 by our guy. Featured in the intro, Mr. Metzinger, just having a phenomenal year this year. So many walk-off home runs in his career. But I want to give a little special shout-out to Cameron Greenwood, our softball on the softball team. She leads the nation in triples. She's second in the nation in hits. She's third in the nation for runs scored, home runs, doubles, and slugging percentage, and fourth in the country in batting average and RBIs. If she's not the player of the year, I don't know who. Unless there's somebody out there that's number 2 in triples and 1 in everything else. Like, tell me how you're going to keep her from being named the player of the year. She's just an absolute beast. I've been catching more softball games this year. I really enjoy it. Higgy covered softball for us for 10 days before he told me he couldn't handle it. That was pretty awesome time. Volleyball team spring scrimmage win 3-1 over Tennessee. I didn't realize they played this early. The Lady Birds finished second in Daytona. That was pretty awesome. The University of Louisville takes home 2 national championships. I assume this is in cheerleading, Higgy?
Yes, sir.
Advanced All-Girl Division 1A, Advanced Small Co-Ed Division 1A. So it's a great weekend to be a Card. It's been a great time. I'm going to answer the rest of y'all's questions. Get them in here real quick as I close the show. Shout out to Dalton again, Locked On Louisville. He's doing his thing there. We appreciate him sharing his audience with us. I'm sure he appreciates us sharing our audience with him. Discord Nation, I'm still not joining, but I appreciate y'all supporting us and showing us love. Shout out again to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Shack in the Back Barbecue, Four Pegs Beer Lounge, Derby City Lawn and Landscaping, All American Pool and Supply Company, and working on more. If you would like to be one of our sponsors, give us a call, 502-694-0375, or hit me up on Twitter at Jeremy_CSZ. I'll help you out there. Individually, the rest of the crew, Sam, what is your Twitter? Sean?
At Elville Sean.
Joey?
He's still looking like I'm at I can't even Joe Wallman 526.
Higgy?
I am the Higgy.
Sam? He's Baseboy 124.
Hey, I thought he was frozen for a
Baseboy
second, then I
124.
started blinking. He was like,
I know. I thought he was frozen too, and he's just sitting there staring at me. Wes B_42 is our guy, Wes Brown. Dalton's D Pence _. You can follow the show on all the social medias. It's at Card Sport Zone 1. There's just no plurals there on both Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, it's Cardinal Sports Zone. Actually, they're all at the bottom. I don't know why I'm reading these out like this. In YouTube, it's Cardinal Sports Zone, one word. Again, Facebook's 2 words. You can see the graphics all at the bottom. Trevor wants you to especially follow the Instagram. I want you to follow all of them. You can find the show on all the podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and iHeart. Hit subscribe or follow, subscribe, whatever it is right now. Sorry, I'm looking at the, oh no, what did I do? Hit subscribe or follow now. If you haven't listened to all the episodes of prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back, check them all out in the drop-down menu. CardinalSportsZone.com, podcast, CSZ podcast, CardinalSportsZone.com, the place that I'll begin. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate you. If you have any ideas or suggestions for guests or topics, because we're going to do some topical podcasts this summer, shoot any of us a DM, and we'll be able to get it to me to take care of that. Give our guy Kevin at L1C4 The Arts a follow. He's the official merchandiser for CSZ. And again, if you all want to support the podcast, I hear a lot of times, this is better than a paid message board. We'll treat it as so. You can see at CSZ55 is our Cash App, JSW55 is our Venmo, Woman78@gmail.com is our PayPal. There's many ways to contribute. We appreciate all of them. Shout out again to our guys, Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage. We appreciate you all. Steve's still texting me during the show little tidbits, none that I can share, but it's just like, that's how powerful this new wave of little basketball is. Like, this is going to be excitement. And if things don't happen immediately, don't get mad at me. Let the cake bake. Even if you cook horribly, like I assume Higgy does. Higgy, why is your hair like that?
Why is my hair like this? I don't know.
Why do you have a cowlick that doesn't fully connect? It's more like a moose lick. Don't know. Okay. Any last words? Sam, we'll start off with you, Mr. Freeze, Blinky Freeze.
Go Cards and just relax, Card Nation. Just relax. KP is in charge. We got this.
We got it. You heard Sam. Sean?
I just hope that what's going on at Patterson Stadium is a hoax, and then they find out whoever did it and throw them in jail for a little while for trouble. And other than that, we're going to be just fine. Everything's falling into place. Just like everybody said, give it time. Everything takes a little time.
Thank goodness Sean's not like one of those people you go to talk to and you're not feeling good and you're contemplating like a change in life, so to speak. Thanks, Corrito. We appreciate you, because he would bore me to the fact, like, if I was leaning one way, I'd immediately go the other immediately. And I'm just kidding. Higgles, any last words?
I got two last words. One, saying a prayer out to the Dr. Raymond Shea's family this week. They lost a great one. And also, two, out to the Mack family as well. The family announced today that his dad has got stage 4 lung cancer. So prayers out to Chris Mack and his family as well.
Absolutely. And me and Joey know how that is because our dad has stage 4 lung cancer as well. And it can be very, very rough on everybody. So many prayers out to them. One person hasn't given their last. Oh, Joey. And please don't make Tony Bennett your new Maryland.
No.
That's my new Maryland.
No, this is interesting because I've just seen this over the weekend. You're holding a wrestling belt, but I might have to be a semi-Indiana Hoosier football fan because here comes the money. Shane McMahon's son.
I saw that.
Signed with the Indiana Hoosiers football team over the weekend. So I'll definitely be paying a little attention to that to see how he does. Of course, there's been wrestling greats. Kids, played football, of course. Roman Reigns played college football. Road Warrior Animal's son played college football, kind of the bigger name ones, but let's see how this kid does.
Did you mention The Rock? Did you mention The Rock?
Yeah, but I don't consider – I just don't consider Soul Man Rocky Johnson like a wrestling great.
Oh, gosh. The
Road Warrior Animal. Come on, man. Road Warrior Animal or Soul Man Rocky Johnson?
The thoughts and opinions of Joe Wama do not necessarily reflect the rest of us.
I'm not saying he's not good, but and second of all, I forgot.
Fair enough.
Up, but
Steve, thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Hey, without you all, I know it sounds corny, but without you all, we're just talking to each other around the table at home. So we appreciate that we can get this information out to everybody.
Yes,
Cardinal,
Trevor Edwards. He said Shiticus.
329. Thanks, guys. No, again, the pleasure is all ours. Easy for me to say. I hate to break everybody's hearts and stuff.
Said that.
Do what?
Sean's never said that. The pleasure is all mine.
No, he says it very frequently. This was the season finale, guys. I know people are upset about that. And there's a reason why I waited until a lot of people had signed off to say that. But this is the season finale. Now, we will still have semi-regular shows. We're going to have one this weekend coming up just because of the fact that we'll have, knock on wood, we'll have some good information to share this week. But yeah, we'll still get y'all there. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us everywhere. We'll have good information for you all, and we'll try to go on. I mean, Joey works second shift. Dalton and Wes, they work 7 days a week. It's hard to get everybody together. So during the time when there's less news, we'll have less shows, but maybe I'll still pop on from time to time and do lives and answer y'all's questions. So if there is enough demand for one of those during the summer, then we'll surely bring it to you. But let's see what else. Great show. Thanks for the information. Hey, Corey, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank all y'all for listening. Like, again, without you all, we ain't nothing. So we appreciate you all as well. Thanks for the support. Thanks for another great season. Does that mean we're going into season 4?
Yeah.
Season 4 coming up. We always do bonuses during the off season. It'll still count, but football season's around the corner. That'll be the start of season 4. We'll still be here unless we've been sued. Until the next time. Joey, are you dancing? Okay. Until the next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah.
I'm in 203, bro.
203 where?
Where you at?
Text me the street in the blah blah blah, like about to go to the
I want to see a street of you.
Give me your new address.
All right, I'm gonna text it to you.
We're like giving out addresses on live TV. I love it.
That's what I said. He just said 203.
Sam's like, my social security number is 309-75 Higgy Titty.
Higgy Titty. That's a cul-de-sac.
free. Oh. Thank you, Kevin. We out.
You get it?